King Broadcasting opened up a whole new world for me. I got hired in the production department and went on to be an engineer. And then one of the things that became very apparent is that sales and marketing really became a passion for me. I am getting out with customers and meeting them, understanding their stories, and then bringing that requirement to how we could fill that. That's what allowed me going forward after I left King to get into the aerospace business. I bought 6 aerospace companies and merged them into 3 operating companies. And we were bought in 2011 by a public company out of the UK. That allowed me a little bit more flexibility in terms of what I'm doing with my time. And I spend an awful lot more of it on volunteer boards. The Arts Fund, the MS board. My wife and I are very involved with the Fred Hutch organization. I sit on the board at the School of Business. We have medical research, we have education, and we have the arts. And I think that's the message that I try to impart on some of the young folks that I've had an opportunity to mentor, is that you got to give, you got to keep moving forward, and you got to give back. Those are just fundamentals of a successful life. I came to SPC out of the military. I enlisted in the Army. I wanted to be a helicopter crew chief, and it turns out I got my wish. My dad at the time was the manager at Camp Casey at Whidbey Island. And so that pretty much narrowed down my focus on Seattle Pacific, because I had a fairly decent cut on tuition to go here. My Aunt Ruth came through here in the 50s and then went off to the mission field after getting her degree in nursing. My mother went to college here. My late cousin Alvin went to college here. He met his wife Cheryl here as a music major. His sister Beth went through here. My cousin Paul, Stephen, went through here. John and Lila. 5 of the siblings of my family went through Seattle Pacific, as well as my mother. And the Sharp clan, I don't know, there's probably 75 or so folks that have gone through here, at least, that I'm related to. My cousins Larry and Lauren Kroon up in Alaska. Their daughter Brittany went through here. There's a fairly extensive family that has gone through, that have graduated, or at least attended or graduated from Seattle Pacific. I started here to be a business major, ended up becoming an art education major with an English minor, a social studies minor, and ed minor, I guess, but fine arts. And then I went on to get a graduate degree in business later in life. But SPC became that cocoon that I was able to get enveloped in. But it was good for me. I think the best part of that journey also was that I had professors that were just unbelievable, wonderful people. Bonnie Heinz, just wonderful English professor. Dr. Swanstrom, medieval history, some of those classes, just great explorations. That journey where you discover how much you don't know. The small private colleges and universities are really a cornerstone in the educational process. You really need that liberal arts mix. And if you're curious and going to embrace the process, this is the place to do it.